Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we are diving into one of the most talked about and sought-after coins in American numismatics, the legendary United States bicentennial $quarter coin from 1776 to 1976. This coin isn't just a piece of pocket change, it's a piece of America's legacy, and in rare cases, it could be worth an unbelievable amount of money that might just change your life. This quarter isn't like your average 25-cent coin. It was released to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the United States, the bicentennial of American independence, and it features a design that stands out from the rest. Instead of the usual eagle on the reverse, this special edition displays a majestic colonial drummer boy, a symbol of America's fight for freedom and its revolutionary spirit. The obverse still features George Washington, but with the dual date 1776 to 1976, marking its historic significance in bold fashion. Millions of these quarters were minted for circulation. But what most people don't realize is that not all bicentennial quarters are the same. Some of these coins were struck with errors or rare features that make them incredibly valuable and highly desirable among serious collectors. These aren't just any errors. They are specific, traceable, and dramatic enough to elevate the value of the coin from 25 cents to thousands of dollars, and in one shocking case, even higher. One of the rarest and most exciting error types found in the bicentennial quarters is the double die obverse, where the lettering, especially the word liberty and in God we trust, appears slightly doubled when you look at it under magnification. This subtle mistake occurred during the minting process when the die struck the planchet twice without proper alignment, leaving behind a slight but clear shadowing effect. This type of error has skyrocketed in value because it's hard to find and incredibly distinctive. Another extremely rare and valuable version is the off-center strike, a mistake where the design is not properly centered on the coin's surface. Some off-center strikes on bicentennial quarters are as much as 10 to 30% misaligned, creating a truly one-of-a-kind appearance. Collectors go wild over these because each one is visually unique and impossible to duplicate. The more off-center and well-preserved the coin, the higher its value climbs. Let's not forget the silver-clad bicentennial quarters, which were specially made for collectors and never intended for general circulation. These were struck in a special 40% silver composition and included in collector sets. If you come across one of these coins in the wild or find one mixed in with common coins, it could be worth far more than you think, especially in uncirculated or proof condition. Silver coins have always held a premium, and the historical significance of the bicentennial quarter makes it even more in demand. Even more intriguing are the so-called no-S proof bicentennial quarters, which were mistakenly struck at the San Francisco Mint without the signature S mint mark. These rare no mint mark coins have stunned collectors at auctions and are considered holy grails in the world of modern U.S. coinage. Imagine finding one of these in an old proof set. It could turn out to be a life-changing discovery. So how can you tell if you have a valuable bicentennial quarter? First, look closely at the date and make sure it's a genuine 1776 to 1976 dual date. Then, examine the coin for signs of doubling, off-center striking, or minting inconsistencies. A magnifying glass or coin microscope can help you spot these fine details. If the coin has a sharp, reflective surface and minimal wear, it may be in uncirculated or proof condition, which dramatically boosts its potential value. Collectors and dealers alike are constantly searching for top-condition bicentennial quarters with known errors, and the demand is stronger than ever. Auction houses have seen bidding wars erupt over rare examples, with prices continuing to climb as more collectors recognize the importance and scarcity of these special coins. The excitement surrounding these quarters isn't just hype, it's backed by real sales and serious collector interest from around the world. And yes, here comes the part that's got everyone talking. A stunning example of a rare bicentennial quarter with multiple desirable features, including a double die and pristine uncirculated condition, has been sold for a jaw-dropping $98,000. That's right, just one quarter. Originally worth 25 cents, brought in nearly $100,000 thanks to its rarity and collector appeal. This is why it's so important to check your change, search through old coin collections, and pay attention to every bicentennial quarter you come across. You could be sitting on a hidden gem worth more than a luxury car or a college tuition fund. The thrill of the hunt and the historical value combined make the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter one of the most exciting coins to collect today. We want to hear from you. Do you have any bicentennial quarters in your collection? Have you ever found one with an error or a rare feature? Drop a comment below and tell us your story. We read every comment and love hearing from fellow coin enthusiasts and history lovers. And if you're just starting out in the world of coin collecting, the bicentennial quarter is the perfect place to begin your journey. Second rare coin. We're diving into a fascinating mystery in the world of American coinage, one that has stunned collectors, puzzled experts, and sparked an unbelievable amount of excitement. We're talking about the United States bicentennial quarter dollar coin dated 1967. Yes, you heard that right, 1967. While the official bicentennial quarter was released in 1975 and 1976, reports of a 1967 bicentennial design quarter have emerged and taken the numismatic world by storm. Imagine holding a coin that not only shouldn't exist, but might be one of the rarest and most valuable quarters ever struck in U.S. history. The standard bicentennial quarters were minted to celebrate America's 200th year of independence, featuring the famous dual date 1776 to 1976, along with the iconic colonial drummer boy on the reverse. However, rumors of bicentennial quarters with a 1967 date have intrigued collectors for decades, with only a few known or verified examples surfacing under mysterious circumstances. This unique coin is believed by some experts to be a test strike or pattern coin, potentially created in secret before the official bicentennial design was publicly announced. Pattern coins are trial pieces used by the U.S. Mint to evaluate new designs or compositions, and they're almost never meant for public release. When a coin like this escapes into the wild, it becomes an immediate treasure, an ultra-rare anomaly that serious collectors would do anything to own. What makes this 1967 bicentennial quarter even more thrilling is the presence of extremely rare minting errors that add to its uniqueness and jaw-dropping value. In some reported cases, the coin features doubling on the date and letters, known as a double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin imprints the design more than once, slightly off each time, causing a ghost-like image that's visible under magnification. Double die coins are already valuable on their own, but when combined with the 1967 date on a bicentennial design, the value increases exponentially. Another factor that skyrockets the value of this coin is the material it may have been struck on. While most quarters in 1967 were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, a few error coins may have been struck on leftover silver planchets or experimental metal blanks intended for proof coins or foreign currency. These unexpected compositions create an ultra-rare hybrid that collectors go crazy for. The sound, color, and weight of the coin are key clues. If your coin has a slightly different ring or luster than other quarters, you might be holding something very special. Collectors who have stumbled upon this coin often find it in old inherited collections, junk silver bags, or even mixed in with regular pocket change, reminding us that treasures can appear in the most unlikely places. The key is to look closely at the details. Examine the date, inspect the reverse design, check for doubling, unusual coloration, or misaligned strikes. A coin microscope or magnifying glass can reveal the kinds of details that make or break the value of a rare coin. If you think you've found a 1967 bicentennial quarter, don't clean it or attempt to alter it in any way. Get it professionally appraised by a reputable numismatics expert or submit it to a top grading service like PCGS or NGC. These grading companies can authenticate the coin, grade its condition, and provide a certification that adds major credibility and value when it comes time to sell or auction the coin. Graded and certified rare coins routinely fetch much higher prices due to the trust and documentation provided. The hype around the 1967 bicentennial quarter isn't just internet myth. It has reached major auction houses and collectors' circles where these rare anomalies have been the subject of intense bidding wars. In one recent private transaction, a near-pristine example of this mysterious coin with verified errors and authentic design elements sold for an astonishing amount, proving that this is not just a collector's fantasy, but a reality for those lucky enough to discover one of these legendary pieces. And now for the moment that everyone's been waiting for. One of the most spectacular examples of a 1967 bicentennial quarter, featuring a misdated strike, double die error, and struck on a silver planchet, was recently reported to have sold for an incredible $150,000. That's right, just one single quarter. A small piece of metal originally worth only 25 cents is now worth more than the average luxury car or even a down payment on a house. This is why you need to check your change, dig through your old coin jars, and re-examine those inherited collections with fresh eyes. The 1967 bicentennial quarter is more than just a coin. It's a collector's dream, a rare historical artifact, and possibly your ticket to an unbelievable payday. With only a few known to exist, the chances are slim, but the reward is massive. And that's the magic of coin collecting. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth a fortune. Third expensive coin. We're diving into one of the most puzzling and exciting discoveries in the world of numismatics, the United States bicentennial $quarter coin, marked with the date 1982 and the Denver D mint mark. This isn't just another quarter from your pocket change. This coin has shocked collectors across the country and stirred up serious buzz in the auction world. Get ready, because what you're about to learn might change the way you look at every quarter in your collection. Now, you might be thinking, wait a second, wasn't the bicentennial quarter only minted in 1975 and 1976? And you'd be absolutely right. That's what makes the appearance of a bicentennial design with a 1982 date and a Denver mint mark such a jaw-dropping mystery. This isn't just a curiosity. It's a full-blown numismatic anomaly, a rare crossover of minting history that has stunned experts and become one of the most hunted coins in the collector community today. Imagine the excitement of discovering a coin that technically shouldn't exist. The official production of bicentennial quarters stopped well before 1982, so finding one with that later date indicates something highly unusual happened during the minting process. Some experts believe this coin may have been created as a die test, an experimental strike, or even a misfeed during a transitional production year. Whatever the case may be, the rarity and intrigue surrounding it have made this coin one of the hottest topics in rare coin collecting. But it's not just the 1982 date and the Denver D mint mark that make this coin so valuable. It's also the presence of specific, dramatic minting errors that push its value into the stratosphere. Among the most desirable are double die obverse errors, where key design features like Liberty and In God We Trust appear doubled when examined under magnification. This error happens during the striking process and makes each coin a unique treasure, instantly boosting its desirability and value to collectors. Another extremely rare and valuable error associated with the 1982 D bicentennial quarter is the off-metal strike, where the coin may have been mistakenly struck on a planchet meant for a different denomination or composition. This means a quarter that looks and feels different, with a weight, sound, or color that stands out from the norm. Coins like this are sometimes struck on foreign blanks or leftover metal planchets, and when they're discovered, they set the collecting world ablaze with excitement. And we can't forget about the highly prized off-center strikes and die cracks, both of which have been reported on rare examples of this unusual coin. Off-center strikes result in part of the design being cut off or misplaced, creating a visual spectacle that is totally unique. Die cracks are jagged lines across the surface of the coin that occur when the striking die starts to break down. These flaws, far from reducing the coin's value, actually make it even more collectible because they prove the coin's authenticity and uniqueness. So, how do you know if you might have one of these rare 1982 D bicentennial quarters in your own collection? First, look at the date and make sure you see 1982, not 1976, and check for the Denver D mint mark just beside Washington's ponytail. Then, carefully inspect the reverse side of the coin to see if it shows the famous drummer boy design, which was unique to the bicentennial series. If your coin matches both of those features, congratulations, you might be holding one of the rarest coins in modern US coinage. It's also important to examine the coin's overall condition. Coins that are in uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning they show no signs of wear, are significantly more valuable than circulated examples. You should consider having the coin graded by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC, as a certified grade can dramatically increase its market value and give buyers confidence in its authenticity and condition. Collectors around the world are on the hunt for coins like this, and recent auction results show that the demand is only increasing. As more people learn about the possibility of a 1982 bicentennial quarter, prices are climbing and competition is fierce. Rare error coins are becoming the crown jewels of private collections, and finding one of these coins could be a once-in-a-lifetime event for any lucky collector. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. The jaw-dropping value that has stunned even the most seasoned experts in the field. A pristine, error-rich example of the 1982 bicentennial quarter, complete with double die features and off-metal strike, has been valued at $60,000 in a recent private sale. That's right, just one quarter, worth 25 cents at face value, turned out to be a small fortune hiding in plain sight. This is why the world of coin collecting is so thrilling. You never know when a simple coin could reveal a story, a secret, or a surprise that transforms it into something truly priceless. The 1982 bicentennial quarter is a perfect example of how minting mysteries, design anomalies, and rare errors combine to create a collector's dream. Specially takes us into the heart of one of the most talked about and mysterious coins in United States coin collecting, the United States bicentennial quarter dollar coin dated 1979. Yes, you heard that right. While the bicentennial quarters were officially minted only in 1975 and 1976 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence, reports of a 1979 dated quarter with the famous bicentennial drummer boy design have rocked the numismatic world and sparked serious interest among collectors across the globe. This isn't your average quarter. It's a coin that has stirred up a wave of curiosity, excitement, and competitive collecting like never before. Imagine stumbling upon a coin in your change jar that combines one of the most iconic American coin designs with a date that technically should never have been paired with it. That combination alone makes this piece not only rare but also highly desirable, because when a coin defies history, it becomes a true collector's dream. So, how is it possible for a bicentennial design to appear with a 1979 date? While the exact origins remain unclear, some experts believe these coins may have been the result of experimental die strikes, transitional minting processes, or intentional test pieces that somehow found their way out of the US Mint. These coins would not have been officially authorized for circulation, which only adds to the mystery and immense value they now hold in the market. Their very existence makes them extremely scarce, and scarcity is the foundation of value in the world of coin collecting. One of the most compelling reasons collectors are going wild over this coin is the presence of rare minting errors that elevate its worth even higher. Some verified examples of this mysterious 1979 bicentennial quarter show double die obverse errors, where inscriptions like "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear to have ghost-like shadowing due to multiple impressions during the minting process. These double die features are highly collectible and drive up the value significantly when combined with the already extraordinary rarity of the coin itself. Even more thrilling is the discovery of off-center strikes on some of these 1979 bicentennial quarters. Off-center strikes occur when the coin blank, or planchet, is not properly aligned in the press, leading to a design that is visibly misaligned, sometimes dramatically so. These visual errors make each coin one of a kind and are among the most prized types of minting mistakes in the numismatic community. A well-centered, clean strike is always appreciated, but when it comes to rare coins, those oddball errors are often worth a fortune. Another exciting aspect that adds to this coin's desirability is the possibility that some were struck on silver-clad planchets, instead of the typical copper-nickel composition used in 1979. If a leftover planchet from the bicentennial silver-proof sets was accidentally used, that creates a whole new layer of rarity. The sound, weight, and even luster of these silver-based coins set them apart, and if authenticated, these off-metal errors become showpieces in any serious collection. Collectors who've been lucky enough to find or acquire one of these coins have reported selling them in private sales, auctions, and numismatic shows for jaw-dropping amounts. Their stories often begin with something simple: an old family coin jar, a dusty coin album inherited from a grandparent, or a routine look through pocket change. And that's what makes this hobby so exciting. You just never know when that next extraordinary coin is waiting to be discovered in the most ordinary place. If you think you've found a 1979 bicentennial quarter, here's what to look for. First, make sure the reverse features the iconic colonial drummer boy, not the usual eagle design. Then check the obverse for the date, 1979, and pay close attention to the mint mark. Coins with a D for Denver or S for San Francisco can sometimes indicate special strikes or proof coin variations. Use a magnifying glass to search for doubling on the letters and numbers, and weigh the coin to see if it matches standard specifications, especially if you suspect a silver planchet. Getting your coin professionally graded is the next important step. Reputable services like PCGS and NGC can confirm the authenticity, grade the condition, and provide documentation that gives your coin legitimacy in the market. Coins that receive high grades, especially mint state or proof-like finishes, can skyrocket in value, particularly when backed by official certification. And when it comes to ultra-rare coins like this one, the grading can mean the difference between hundreds and tens of thousands of dollars. Auction houses and private collectors are constantly on the lookout for these kinds of rare anomalies, and demand is growing fast. With fewer coins like this in circulation and more people becoming aware of their existence, the market is heating up like never before. Rare date mismatches, unique minting errors, and experimental pieces have always been at the heart of premium coin collecting, and this 1979 bicentennial quarter fits perfectly into that category. And now comes the most exciting part: the unbelievable value that one of these extraordinary coins can bring. In a recent high-profile private sale, a pristine, error-filled example of the 1979 bicentennial quarter, complete with dramatic double-die features and certified authenticity, was sold for a breathtaking total of $50,000. That's right, what once would have been a simple quarter in someone's change jar has now entered the elite club of high-value collector coins. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to go check those old jars, pull out your coin albums, and take a fresh look at every quarter from 1979. You might just find a hidden treasure sitting right under your nose. The thrill of the search, the joy of discovery, and the chance to be part of coin collecting history is what makes this hobby so rewarding and exciting for people of all ages. Next coin video will take you into one of the most fascinating and unexpected discoveries in U.S. coin history: the mysterious and highly sought-after United States bicentennial $quarter coin dated 1991 with the Denver D mint mark. Yes, you heard that correctly. While bicentennial quarters were officially minted only during the years 1975 and 1976 to celebrate America's 200th anniversary, the emergence of a 1991 D bicentennial quarter has created a wave of excitement, wonder, and competitive searching throughout the entire numismatic community. This isn't just an ordinary quarter, it's a historical riddle in your hand. A rare misprint that was never supposed to exist, and a coin that has captivated collectors due to its unbelievable backstory and extreme rarity. Imagine holding a quarter in your hand that defies minting timelines, combines designs from two different periods, and presents you with a mystery that experts are still working to fully explain. That's what makes the 1991 D bicentennial quarter such a spectacular and thrilling find for anyone passionate about rare coins. What makes this coin especially fascinating is that it blends the revolutionary spirit of the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial design, featuring the iconic drummer boy on the reverse, with a 1991 date on the obverse, along with the Denver D mint mark. For this type of hybrid coin to exist, it likely means that an older die used for the bicentennial design was somehow accidentally or experimentally paired with a newer obverse die from 1991. This kind of minting crossover is almost unheard of, which is why this coin has become one of the most exciting and talked about rarities in recent years. But the date mismatch isn't the only reason this coin is exploding in value. Minting errors found on this coin make it even more desirable to collectors and investors alike. One of the most reported and verified errors on the 1991 D bicentennial quarter is the double die obverse, a striking flaw where letters like Liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust" appear to be shadowed or doubled due to the die stamping the coin more than once out of alignment. This creates a visually dramatic effect that serious collectors are willing to pay a premium for, especially when paired with the unusual date and design. Another eye-catching error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design isn't aligned properly during the minting process. This means part of the image is pushed toward one side, leaving a blank crescent shape on the other. The more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially when such an off-center strike occurs on a coin that already shouldn't exist. These types of errors are visually stunning and make each coin completely unique, adding even more rarity and desirability. Some of these coins have also been reported to have been struck on planchets intended for other coins, such as foreign currency or earlier silver quarters. These are known as off-metal errors, and they're some of the most prized finds in the coin collecting world. A 1991 D bicentennial quarter struck on a silver or different alloy planchet would be an extreme rarity and instantly catapult its value due to its unique metallic composition and historic anomaly. Now, if you're wondering how to know whether you might have one of these hidden treasures, here's what to look for. First, examine the obverse of your quarter carefully. If it reads 1991 and carries a D mint mark, that's the first sign. Then flip it over and check if the reverse features the drummer boy design from the bicentennial series, rather than the typical eagle used in quarters of that time. That visual mismatch is your biggest clue. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to look for doubling on the letters, or any unusual spacing, cracking, or off-center stamping that could signal a minting error. If you believe you've found a coin like this, do not clean it or try to modify it in any way. That could damage its value permanently. Instead, take it to a professional coin appraiser or submit it to a trusted grading company like PCGS or NGC. These services can authenticate your coin, assign a quality grade, and provide certification that adds major value to any rare piece. Coins that are officially graded and certified often sell for many times more than ungraded examples, especially in auctions or private sales. Speaking of auctions, the 1991 D bicentennial quarter has already made waves in several recent collector events and high-end coin auctions. One pristine specimen with a strong double die and off-center strike attracted multiple collectors and investors, pushing the bidding higher and higher until the final hammer came down. It's moments like these that show just how thrilling and valuable coin collecting can be, and why this particular quarter is causing such a stir across the country. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. A stunning, authenticated example of the 1991 D bicentennial quarter, featuring confirmed double die details and pristine condition, was recently reported to have sold for a staggering $30,000 in a private collector sale. That's right, just one quarter, a simple piece of change, reached a value most people wouldn't believe unless they saw it for themselves. That's why it's so important to go back through your old coin jars, check those inherited albums, and pay close attention to every detail of the coins in your pocket. You never know what kind of treasure might be hiding in plain sight, and the 1991 D bicentennial quarter is living proof that even modern coins can become legends. Last unique coin, we're talking about the United States bicentennial quarter dollar coin dated 1994 with the Denver mint mark, also known as the 1994 D bicentennial quarter. A coin that should not exist under normal minting conditions, yet a few confirmed examples have sparked excitement throughout the collecting community. Now, for those of you who know your coin history, you might be scratching your head right now. Wasn't the bicentennial quarter only released in 1975 and 1976? You're absolutely right. The classic bicentennial quarter, with the famous drummer boy reverse and the dual date 1776 to 1976, was specially designed to celebrate America's 200th year of independence. But what happens when this distinctive design mysteriously appears on a coin dated 1994? That's where the magic begins, and that's exactly why this quarter has become a true modern legend in numismatics. What makes this 1994 bicentennial quarter so special is not only the date mismatch, but also the possible circumstances of its creation. Experts speculate this coin may have been struck during a rare die mix-up at the Denver Mint or possibly as part of a test run or experimental batch that accidentally escaped into circulation. These events are incredibly rare and almost never reach the public, making any coin from such an occurrence extremely valuable and highly sought after. Now let's talk about what really drives up the value of this already rare coin: minting errors. Some examples of the 1994 bicentennial quarter have been found with stunning double-die obverse errors, where letters such as Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date itself appear slightly shadowed or duplicated under magnification. This error, caused by a misalignment during the striking process, makes each coin one of a kind and instantly more desirable in the collector market. Even more intriguing is the possibility of off-metal strikes, a condition where the quarter may have been struck on a planchet intended for a different coin or a different alloy. Imagine a 1994 quarter with a bicentennial design but made from silver or a foreign metal. These off-metal errors are incredibly rare and valuable, often commanding premium prices at auctions and private sales. If you think you have a quarter that looks different in color, sound, or weight, it's worth investigating further. Collectors have also reported rare off-center strikes on this coin, where the design is visibly shifted to one side, leaving a blank crescent on the other. These off-center errors are highly collectible because they make each coin visually unique and impossible to replicate. And when such an error appears on a coin that already has a mysterious backstory, the value climbs even higher. So how can you tell if you have one of these coins in your own collection? First, check the obverse, front, of the coin. If it reads 1994 and carries a D mint mark, that's your first clue. Then flip it over and look closely at the reverse. Does it feature the drummer boy image instead of the standard eagle design used on quarters in the 1990s? If so, you may have stumbled upon a truly extraordinary piece of American coinage history. Once you've identified these key features, examine the coin further using a magnifying glass or coin microscope to check for doubling, cracks, misalignments, or any other unusual characteristics. Also pay attention to the coin's luster and weight. Off-metal planchets can feel or look different than standard copper-nickel clad quarters. If your coin passes all these checks, the next step is to get it graded by a trusted company like PCGS or NGC. A professionally graded coin with verified errors can significantly increase its resale value, especially if it's in mint or near mint condition. This unique coin has already made appearances at coin shows and private auctions, catching the eye of high-end collectors and rare coin investors. The thrill of owning something so historically unique and technically rare is driving up demand across the board. In recent years, these types of error coins with mismatched dates and commemorative designs have been fetching impressive figures in the marketplace, proof that even modern coins can make numismatic history. And here comes the part you've all been waiting for. A confirmed and authenticated example of the 1994 bicentennial quarter, featuring a sharp double-die error and preserved in brilliant condition, was recently valued at an incredible $25,000. That's right, one single quarter, worth just 25 cents face value, has transformed into a treasure worth more than a brand new car. This is why it's so important to take a closer look at your change, old coin albums, and inherited collections. Hidden gems like this can slip through the cracks unnoticed for years, until someone like you takes a second look and realizes just how rare and valuable that simple-looking quarter really is. The 1994 bicentennial quarter is a shining example of how minting history, human error, and collector passion can collide to create something truly priceless. If you've ever come across a quarter like this, or you're sitting on a strange coin with mismatched designs and dates, we want to hear from you. Drop your story in the comments below. Let's connect and explore the possibilities. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a discovery that could change your coin collecting journey forever. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your coins close, and happy collecting.